Homaso, Namine Adofo, ending Kwame Enfa and Radia Kwaswo, both issues. Talk about OSP and also via into Attorney General. The reasons it's taking long, but it's come out to speak. Kwame Adofo and
95.1. Yeah, no.
Bako there.
I only have my way and I was way.
Yamia Domunia ba Miss Mihoya pa. Enra my name say or mine than able to you say the first time I've heard a minister, a former minister being called a fugitive of justice. What does it mean?
And I'm answering question.
Fugitive of justice. The meaning of fugitive of justice.
I'm a bit jailed, I'm a bit people not helpful.
So.
Oh no, OSP no. I don't know. I'm so no, she didn't even know. Now you know so a court. Now Onua ye bibia. Onimle juma. Everyone class what that's all. 2021 appointee no. Unyati say obi atwam kotre bi atwam.
Onua FM 95.1.
Anything. Ono am say social media ne press conferences no re na juma. Ntimu ewu mu ne say. Na so be kai Charles BCU.
And me kai Charles BCU. One top BCU.
The same thing no ye. No answer ma declare wanted. Mami bi wo adura. Yesi NDC internal primary. E wo adura. I'm not too scared good to me investigated. Another one be as happy war and got Asante say jumping. Me investigated. We need your way. But
OSP Juma Pa and saying Nanka the mandate anything.
Let's say we investigate corruption and corruption related offenses and prosecute them on the court. Now, me who said to me a official so to me declare be wanted. Anything. Won't charge can Ofori-Atta with any offense. So what justice is Ken Ofori-Atta running away from? And they are charged with an offense. And we're too quiet. And I was Jania. And if you are fugitive from that, then maybe on a holiday. Maybe also call on Narco US. Now when you are, no be declare wanted. For what reason? Charge Benny, I charge you. Offense Benny, I charge.
Also, what to Safredo, what catch the so yes, some of the cases are one also say a fan of Suya and one him who been tea, why yes, Wamra. Now one bet him.
So because what to Safrewa, you can choose not to even go, or even if you go, you can choose not to say anything, because by law, no, we say you are innocent until they prove you guilty. It took the first thing is caution, or say so caution and or even winning the panacasa. Or say you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you. That's the first question. Is what amount. It will really I have nothing to say. And yet by force, second Ofori-Atta ever wow now your investigation. There's no law that can force Ken Ofori-Atta to come and talk to you so that you can do your investigation. So what you do, let's say you continue with your investigation. If it's when you have enough evidence, you charge Ken Ofori-Atta or anybody else. That's all probably so bring na wow na investigation. Kekeu. That's the independence okay me or outside me bar was medical wanted. Is this guy normal? He doesn't know what he's doing. Because this is the same thing where Charles Bishop. And I'm raising the what is that to me? Who invited me for the the first thing I'm going to say, over caution, say he has the right to remain silent. Anything he says will be used against him. What a lawyer can acquire way I was any my client is not talking. And you charge the person with an offense. If you don't have enough evidence to charge him, you let him go.
FM 95.1.
Sir, now to the American.
Yes.
It is a bit outside, and that's what be not what you quite cry, that's what be won't charge you with any offense. All basis can you force the person to come and help you with the investigation? There's no law that says you have to help the police so that they get evidence to nail you yourself. No law. The police is for fraud. Because they come and assist us with the investigation. That's all. Your caution will say you have the right to remain silent. Just say, I have nothing to say. And let the police do their own investigation and charge you. Yeah, OSP, it's because he's not a trained police officer. He's just an ordinary lawyer. Is not in line with the law. And even 1 year old Charles Bishop. Is it Charles Bishop one contested for MP?
Yeah.
Now, what about all of a sudden, can Ofori-Atta what the can wanted? For what? You see,
you declare wanted Sana wa Brutra. Is it that FBI and now more Brutra for Interpol for? Because you've been declared a fugitive of justice, then they would have to bring you down.
No,
is that how it works?
You see, no, you normally have to go to court and get an order from the court. And you say, who per se, who be a keke, no declare no fugitive. I think Ghana for Omakosia baby, and I didn't for mobile. Master of woman. I don't quite a conviction. Yet never. There's something wrong with this man and the way he's reasoning. You say, Onua Kasano, a Jumano, when you cut for the job. Okay, this is the party.
Yes.
$1 million. Who am I made them? What matter my police case? In the end,
in fact, or then central for crack or my who says can abroad €1 million near the end now.
Thank you.
What kind of crowd will need that?
Bako who's the Capudo? In the end, what matter my police case? About Okoya, I feel was the money laundering. No, that was saying you could because so this was what say case. No, I had that. Oh, money laundering. I'm referring to Yoko. Can you believe it? It is OSP, no. The earlier or better than the best or the better. Because if you can boy from 2021, I will buy. And no macro would mean and convict and Mabako. When you could not court me a convict. Now, the background investigation, a bab on TB announcement. The MPA, we are investigating MPA. You have to come outside and say it. That's why you're investigating. You answer number outside. What charge you want? We have charged.
Well, MPA boss Mustafa Hamid, so be a friend, so my baby.
Why? No, I so we go when you want to get it. How? What investigation? We don't announce investigation. We do it quietly. If you answer about their press conference, was said, today we arrested Mustafa Hamid, we arrested so and so, we arrested so and so, and they have been charged with an offense of A, B, C, D. They have investigation about televised, and that's what we hide all the evidence.
Well, in fact, in Central for Biba could be said. So exactly what role did Ofori-Atta play in this case? Is here Bobo so $58 million cathedral no MPA 1.3 billion year and also by Ghana Revenue Authority SML issues in what role or say Ogusu investigation to them.
But I was saying,
Ogusu to me and
wow, look at that. Can you believe it? I'm saying this guy is just getting away with too much.
But would you advise Ken Ofori-Atta to come to Ghana? As come and then
somebody like Ken Ofori-Atta or so much investment in Ghana. It's maybe our Japanese. There's no way Ken will survive outside. I was doing Nako and I'm in Namako. I don't Ken how
95.1.
Now I could be my now name. But I mean, where the clients are because as soon as I with me about no my face near what this guy has. He doesn't have who take or court public sympathy. So the bear, because in the office, no, it's still relevant. It's over 3 years to go. Obviously, renew man.
That is how you see it.
Not even one. Oh yeah, the showmanship. Oh, about the radio show. No, I press conference. Okay, I say, was Uncle Nam? Okay.
Yes.
Uncle Nam na very assistant. That also be resign. That one resign. We Uncle Nam there admit say why frustrated.
Nipa now man ejuma na say o sa tete no.
Look at that. Obi ayama. Not me organize the press conference here. Who must you be afraid of? Who must you be afraid of? Oh, Timinia Jumano Tong, Nana Nedet is 13th February. Bottle. So, Nimiakasa, let's go Timinia Jumano. This guy would not be able to do the job. He's not cut out for the job. Investigation, you never trouble on things. And I said people will go and hide the evidence. What to be that? So, your investigation, not be done on things, no work. It will tell you that those people will go and hide all the evidence. Any investigations are quietly, secretly. You don't let people know. That's not about your press conference. Now what charge you? You have arrested them and charged them with the offense. Then you announce. What you can the buzzer be because of the payroll investigation because okay.
Yes. National service. And they had to say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Kraswo Mushishim. In fact, I think it was one of the issues Aura also dealt with. And my service for now because there's no ghost names anywhere.
At the OSP, no, or Katre over 2 years ago, say, oh yes, I investigation. It was easy.
Some of these cases are OSP. I can't want them. And they want to say we investigate Ofori-Atta. Why fugitive of justice? These cases are Aura so Wejuma. Or my investigation ready report at Yakoma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I'm no so handy over Ediama Attorney General. If there's anything in it, then he will start his prosecution on some of these cases. And then the OSP so actually I bet you say some Korea or no so do you think there's duplication of work here?
Nana. Now the OSP investigation. Would there be a need for ORA to also go and fish for information? There will not be any need. And the OSP did a cannibal boy. And the earlier, you have permanent term. My 2021, they say you were 2025. Nana, only one person was prosecuted successfully. 4 years. Oh.
Yanko Attorney General Onua, what the reasons why he decided to say some of these high-profile cases involving a former Cocoa Board boss, Ene Agongo, and then tape once and some against Yero for Swampofo, and some of these cases, as I said, now they walk out no, and they what I said, nolly prosecute. He has come out to explain.
Hello, Nana.
Now maybe Sasa Unya Brett some of the cases are okay.
Yes, and be TA. Now so I feel no master printed script no. That Benima making kind.
Right.
Now the funny thing is he was not entirely candid with Ghanaian people. Anything. And you remember what I say? In the cases what drop on if you were either he himself or his law firm were defendant lawyers.
I think in the press conference he made it clear, said 2 of the cases he was a lawyer for that.
But the problem with that is he was the moment you have a client and you move to the other side, immediately you are in conflict. You become conflicted. Conflict of interest.
95.1.
It is a case like Republic versus Kesel after forcing. Republic versus Ofusuan Popo and others. The moment of Attorney General, it means that he will be going after his own client. Now, I would tell you,
yeah,
that is not allowed in our legal system. It is what I say. Sa case is here. I have a conflict of interest. It may recuse me home, and I'll give somebody else to make that decision. he was not candid in telling us that he was in conflict of interest. And only accept no, because to say, wow, client to, I feel to have Attorney General, and you have to make a decision about your own former client.
But baby, so I can say, well, if the previous government had anything to do, it shouldn't take them 8 years for them to deal with a case.
I agree. I agree with you. But let's finish with the Attorney General now.
Right.
Before we go to the previous government.
Right.
It immediately, no, who Attorney General, no, as I make Kwame Adofo, I would my client. I'm defend you in criminal matter. Let's say I am Attorney General. Meanwhile, your case is still pending against the Attorney General. All of a sudden, remember you are buying lawyer against the Naya. Our legal ethics and our legal system doesn't allow that. That's why kind of straight. These cases are not even allowed to prosecute. And on the basis of that, I am not even in a position to discontinue. They say, no, 95.1. Onua will interest in discontinuing those cases because they're on a lawyer and an FM and a lawyer. I said, when I come here, who?
But I see on it DPP, Ekasai. Was one DPP, a buying a chief prosecutor, what in the common on these cases, Ebisa, the state, Emma, one of them, Krana say. DPP no cry say now Onua or you know free case in man I said or more draw sa case no he also spoke to the lawyers defense lawyers on these cases before he came to a conclusion on where he wants to go. Nana,
how do we know say he did not withdraw those cases solely because he has an interest in those cases? How do we know that?
95.1.
It is our cases like that. One represented defendant or accused person. That's more before making that judgment, you know, whether or not to continue or to stop. Whether would defend it or no? Wow, but this time, okay, I'm discontinuing. Can you believe it? That is what he did.
You think there's a problem with that? You think there's a problem with that?
Absolutely. What no, as a defense lawyer against the state, you say what about the state lawyer against your own former client? Can you believe it? It's one of the biggest sins you ever commit as a lawyer, and that is what he was not candid. That's what Kokati said. He was in conflict of interest, and he could not continue to do those cases. I don't know discontinue. Near who said?
Fine. 95.1.
Matthias, yeah, but right, as I asked, you know, some have said, well, Onua from Shobia, he has a right to do so. Moreover, if the previous government really had any case at all, it will not have dragged till Onua by 8 years.
Nana, maybe you should call the Attorney General, former Attorney General, and find out why those cases need 8 years. Travel 8 years. What is the opening case? How? It was way too long. But Matissa, Attorney General, say they intentionally made it travel for 8 years. When they say they, meaning that the accused person, opponent and others. Only here in the Supreme Court, no matter about back. Requested a judge and accusing home. Now come make his statement. It almost said that no more dragging case na. That is what Attorney General said. But then I'm not a defender of Attorney General. Unless to me explaining why one case 8 years. But as far as I'm concerned, that the new Attorney General. Now, I was quite surprised. Or say, you should give enough sufficient evidence for the accused person to prove his innocence.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of principle of law is that? Accused person, I'll be a want to know. Woman or no should prove his innocence. Or what to be that?
Now, so Ubo be quite do a second do a muye do. Say, by the prosecution now, no, the attorney.
No, Ubo be quite do a so would me prove only a guilty. Only a default. wo born who na so prove so diffo
enya defense nipa no ono defense no and be prove say ono nifo
o innocent what be that bibi ana busa say na we nye no so elector they law no chere lawyer obeka say obi there's a presumption say you are innocent until proven guilty. It will be innocent there. He doesn't need to prove his innocence again. Now I'm making statement say yeah money enough so that he can prove his innocence. Is this Attorney General? Attorney General and I will say obi a ya born quiet do morality will dip him no. Also proves will dip him. I didn't law na ye organ hay. The whole Attorney General obi a will dip him morality will dip him. What's it or no self proves will dip him? What kind of law is this?
Right, lawyer, Mama, if I will see here, ask this.
Friend, let me see. What kind of law is it?
Marty.
No trouble.
Marty.
Why?
Marty, me that's a pan to pay. Lawyer Kwame Adofo, and I will turn in Kano.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,